The internal architecture of trading, your trading performance, doesn't start with charts, indicators, or strategy. It starts inside your mind. Every decision you make in the market is filtered through layers of psychology, emotion, and conditioning that you've built over your entire life. When you sit in front of a screen, you're not just analyzing price action. You're confronting your beliefs about control, fear, uncertainty, and reward. Most traders lose not because their system is bad, but because their mind is untrained for the level of discipline the market demands. The human brain wasn't designed for trading. It evolved to help you survive, not to handle abstract probabilities, rapid decision-making, or emotional neutrality. In nature, when something threatens you, you react. You fight, freeze, or run. In the market, that same instinct gets triggered by every red candle and sudden price spike. Your brain doesn't see a trade going against you. It sees a threat to your identity, your safety, and your self-worth. The adrenaline rush that once helped your ancestors escape danger now causes you to close trades too early, move your stop, loss, or chase the next setup out of fear of missing out. This is why so many traders fail despite learning all the right things. They study strategies, read books, buy courses, and memorize setups, yet still end up repeating the same mistakes. Because no amount of technical knowledge can override a reactive mind. The mechanism of internal control. Until you master the mechanism behind your thoughts, your mind will always pull you away from rational action and toward emotional reaction. Think about it. Every trader knows they shouldn't revenge trade. Everyone understands the risk of overtrading. Yet in the heat of the moment, logic disappears. You click buy or sell impulsively, then instantly regret it. That's not a lack of knowledge. That's a lack of internal control. Your conscious mind says, stay disciplined. But your subconscious mind screams, do something. That internal conflict is what separates average traders from consistent performers. To elevate your trading results, you don't need 10 new strategies. You need one rule that governs all of them: control your mind before you control the market. This is the foundation of consistent profitability, because when your inner state is stable, your external actions become precise. When your emotions are calm, your execution becomes automatic. This one rule aligns your psychology with your process, and once that alignment happens, performance compounds. Let's break this down logically. Trading is a probabilistic game. Every trade has an uncertain outcome. But your brain is addicted to certainty. It wants to know what will happen next. It wants to predict and feel safe. So every time the market behaves unpredictably, your brain experiences discomfort. You feel tension, anxiety, or frustration. That's when you start to interfere, closing trades early, changing setups, or abandoning your plan. The mind seeks relief, not logic. The 10x mindset beyond risk. The key to mastering trading psychology is learning to tolerate uncertainty without emotional reaction. That's what this one rule teaches. When you practice controlling your mind first, everything in your trading shifts. You stop reacting to every tick. You start responding to structure and probability. You stop chasing the market and start letting the market come to you. Your confidence no longer depends on the last trade. It comes from your ability to follow a process regardless of the outcome. That's the mindset that compounds into massive long-term growth. The true meaning of 10x doesn't mean taking 10 times more risk. It doesn't mean increasing position size or frequency. It means increasing your mental capacity to stay focused, disciplined, and detached in situations that used to trigger chaos. It means 10 times more clarity in execution, 10 times more patience with setups, and 10 times more resilience after a loss. The traders who reach that level aren't superhuman. They've simply rewired how their mind interprets market events. So, how does this mental rewiring actually work? It begins with awareness. Every time you notice yourself reacting emotionally, whether it's fear, greed, hesitation, or frustration, pause and observe it. Don't fight it, just recognize it. This moment of awareness interrupts the automatic emotional loop. Over time, this separation between thought and reaction builds emotional distance. The ability to feel without acting. That distance is where discipline lies. Rewiring the biology of survival, your brain was not designed for trading. It was designed to keep you alive. When a trade starts to go against you, your body reacts the same way it reacts to a physical threat. Your heart beats faster, your hands get sweaty, and your mind narrows to a single thought: get out. Protect yourself. These feelings are real and strong. They do not mean you are weak. They mean your brain is using old, powerful wiring that expects immediate action. In the modern market, acting on those feelings often harms your results. The thinking part of your brain that plans and follows rules takes longer to act. By the time your rational mind shows up, the emotional response has already pushed you to do something you later regret. There is another force at work: the brain's reward system. When you see the chance to make money, your brain gives you a small reward feeling. That feeling is the same kind of excitement that people get from games or winning small bets. That urge to get another hit of excitement can make traders overtrade or risk too much. Often you are not trading because the setup fits your rules. You are trading because you want that feeling again. This is why smart traders sometimes repeat dumb mistakes. It is not because they are lazy or foolish. It is because their brain has a strong habit loop formed under stress. The good news is that the brain is plastic. You can train it through awareness and repetition. The power of routine and rules. The first step is to name your emotions as they occur. Say to yourself, "This is fear," or "This is greed." This simple act shifts your mind from reacting automatically to observing. In that pause, you can choose to follow your plan rather than your feelings. Once you treat these feelings as signals instead of orders, you can build a rule. When I feel X, I do Y. For example, when you notice strong fear, you may decide to check your trade size or stop trading for the day. Turning feelings into rules makes your brain's job easier. Another practical tool is to slow the process down with routines. Use a pre-trade checklist. Write down the reason for the trade, your exact stop, loss, and your target. Reading that checklist out loud before entering adds a moment of calm and helps you connect action to logic. Keeping a trading journal is also vital. The journal does more than record wins and losses. It offers a place to notice patterns in your behavior. Over time, these notes reveal the same emotional moments that cause losses. The journal turns private feelings into data you can fix. Expect stress and expect losses. The goal is not to be emotionless, but to handle emotions without harming results. Even top traders feel the same emotions. The difference is how they deal with them. Experts learn to accept that losses will happen and treat them as part of the process. Instead of hiding from loss, they plan for it. They size positions so a single loss does not spiral into fear. Over time, these habits make calmness the default, not panic. The disciplined identity, part of this work is to reframe what a loss means. A loss is not a moral failure, it is feedback. Learning to treat loss as feedback removes its emotional power. That shift is not instant, but it grows as you gather evidence that your rules work over time. Revenge trading is a reaction to the pain of losing. A strong rule for many traders is, never increase risk after a loss. Chasing fast wins after a loss usually leads to larger losses. Protecting capital through rules is often the difference between staying in the game and being forced out. You will also face the pull of excitement. When a trade goes well, it is tempting to increase size. Overconfidence is as dangerous as fear. Make a rule to keep risk stable regardless of recent wins. Small, steady returns beat big, erratic results over time. One clear way to protect yourself is to use smaller position sizes than you think you need. When the numbers matter less to your feelings, you can follow your plan easier. You can also build deliberate exposure to the things that trigger you. Use demo accounts to practice small, controlled losses on purpose. Notice what happens inside when a trade goes wrong. Slowly, you will become more familiar with the feeling and less reactive. The brain learns through exposure. Finally, remember that change is slow. Progress happens in small steps. Celebrate small wins, like following your checklist once under pressure. Each success weakens the old habit and builds a new one. Your brain will start to prefer calm and consistent action because those actions bring steady success. Conclusion: mastery of the self. In the end, trading is less about market knowledge and more about mental conditioning. The charts are neutral. It is your perception that gives them meaning. If you can master that perception, if you can control how your mind interprets fear, loss, and uncertainty, you gain the one advantage most traders never achieve. The ability to stay consistent regardless of chaos is how you truly 10x your trading. Control your mind before you control the market, and watch how your entire trading world transforms. Trading is a test of the mind more than a test of prediction. Learn to read yourself first and the market second. Master yourself, and the market becomes something you can work with. Fail to master yourself, and the market will only show you the limits of your impulses. Trade the process, not the feeling.